So I suggest you to watch this tutorial till the end and don't skip any part of the tutorial, because there is a detail in every part of the tutorial, and if you skip you might miss the implementation flow. And also at the end I have added what I am going to cover in the next tutorial based on this particular tutorial. So don't skip any part of the tutorial and try to watch the tutorial second time if you feel confused for the first time, and the code I will be providing in the description section below. So I am opening up the reminders here, and first one is the URL schema, and URL schema anyway will open the application, so we'll test it later. And if you see here, this is the URL here, universal link, and this is my website universal link. And once I tap on this particular link here, you can see the application is now opened up. And this part of the tutorial I would like to show you how the universal links work for you, and we are going to do this server side configuration for the universal links, and also we are going to verify whether the universal links is been approved by Apple or not, and then we are trying to use the universal link and try opening our application. So here this is a simulator and not a real-time device. One thing I wanted to clarify in the beginning of the tutorial, I don't have an Apple developer account, and the AppsFlyer account is also not a paid one for me, and here I don't have a real iOS device. In this part of the tutorial, we'll try to test the URL schema and universal links in our Flutter application. In our previous tutorial, we have seen Android deep linking integration, and this is the link for that particular tutorial. I suggest you to get started with this particular playlist where we have discussed a lot of things regarding AppsFlyer and its usage in the Flutter application. And also the Android deep linking tutorial, the last tutorial which we have dealt, that will give you a full-fledged knowledge on how a deep linking is integrated into Android application. And this part of the tutorial I would like to show you how the universal links work for you, and we are going to do this server-side configuration for the universal links, and also we are going to verify whether the universal links is been approved by Apple or not, and then we are trying to use the universal link and try opening our application. So here this is a simulator and not a real-time device. One thing I wanted to clarify in the beginning of the tutorial, I don't have an Apple developer account, and the AppsFlyer account is also not a paid one for me, and here I don't have a real iOS device. People who wanted to try this way, and this will work for you in your iOS simulator as well and the real-time devices also. So if it works in a simulator, it surely works in real-time device, right? And here you can see the application is installed already on the simulator, and the code for the tutorial I will be providing in the description section below. So I am opening up the reminders here, and first one is the URL schema, and URL schema anyway will open the application, so we'll test it later. And if you see here, this is the URL here, universal link, and this is my website universal link. And once I tap on this particular link here, you can see the application is now opened up, and I can also show you the server side coding which I have done. So I have opened my cPanel, and this is the particular file here, and this particular file I have added in the well-known directory in my website. And you can also see when I try fetching that particular file, I could clearly see a JSON here. So this response is in the form of JSON, and also you can test it. So here you can see I have even tested it, and the content type is application/JSON, and the response is 200 here. So it's working perfectly fine, and moreover it is been verified. Here you can see appsite association.cdn. So my universal link is being verified, and you have also seen right in the simulator when we try to open the link, it is opening up my Flutter application instead of a Safari browser. And Also, quickly let us try to check the URL schema, and even the URL schema is working fine. So now let's get started with this particular tutorial and try to see what are the things we have done to achieve this particular thing. So in the Android Studio here, the AppsFlyer thing, we have done this particular code in the previous tutorials itself, so I have not added any new code over here. And the only thing you need to consider is like you need to open your iOS folder, and here you have got runner here, runner Xcode project. So here the directory is now open, runner, and you have got all these options like general, signing in capabilities. And here what I did is I tried logging into Apple developer account, and again I'm clarifying you, I have not got any Apple developer I have not enrolled into Apple developer account, I just logged in. And then in signing in capabilities you can find I have added my team here, and you can also clearly see it cannot create because my account is not a paid account here. And one more thing, I have added the associated domains here. So applinks colon amplifyabhi.com, this is my website. I have added in the application, I have added it in the associated domain. And next in the info section here, under the URL types, I have specified the identifier and URL schema here. And you need not worry about this particular identifier, but the URL schema is a must over here. And these are the settings which I have did in the Xcode. And coming back to the Android Studio, in the info plist file you can find these particular settings. And also if you wonder from where this particular app ID I got is in AppsFlyer, whenever you wanted to test the universal links when the app is not submitted into App Store, you can just provide a default app ID. So quickly let's go to the AppsFlyer, my apps here, and try to add a new app here. So whenever you are trying to add a new app, it will ask you whether it is available in the store or not. So it's not available in the store, and when you start typing app ID, it won't accept. Actually, if you provide any app ID, it won't accept. But there is a way to test the debug application, so you need to provide 4 ones here, and you can see this is now verified. And next you can just specify USD for the currency. And is your app directed towards children? No. So now we are adding a test app into the AppsFlyer, so this is the configuration for it. And when we tap on add app, then that's it, we have successfully added our test app into AppsFlyer here. I have already added my app over here, and I can show you the app settings for it. And here this is the dev key which we have added here. Now come back to the engage here, OneLink management here, and I'm showing you these particular steps because if you are having an AppsFlyer paid account, try this particular thing, it will surely work for you. So here click on a new link, custom experience, and once you click on custom experience, just provide your platform here. I'm just giving like test for now. And next it will show you these particular options like branding. So this is my link branding. So first time when you are coming to this particular OneLink management page, it will ask you to create a template, and in the template you can create multiple links here. I will also show you how to create a template. So here this is a link, and this is my link here, and click on next here. So I'm not looking forward for social app linking now. Next, and this is how you create a link. And now let us quickly try to see how to create a template. So here you have like new OneLink template here, and provide a template name, and also select the app platforms here. I have an iOS app and I have an Android app here. So I have selected both the applications, and subdomain. So make sure this subdomain is nothing but your website name. So my website name is like amplifyabhi.com, so I can previously, if you have seen, I have specified amplifyabhi and .onelink.me, and this is the when app isn't installed, redirected to App Store and Google Play based upon the platforms. And when app is installed, here you need to specify your team ID and bundle ID over here. And the same for Android, which we have dealt in the Android tutorial, and this for desktop then. And this is how you can create a template. And once the template is created, here you can find the templates in this particular drop down. You can select the template, and in the template you can create the new link and try creating a link and try to open that particular link in the device browser. I suggest you to make use of your iOS device. If at all you don't have device, then the way I showed you right in the simulator, this is how it works. And even from the terminal you can run this particular command over here. So if you see, these are website link, and when I tap enter, it is opening up my application. So this again just for a testing purpose. And the main important aspect over here is the schema. So this particular schema is the most important thing. Why? Because with the schema itself, even though you don't have a server, you don't have this particular links verified, all these things, you can just try to open the schema here. So I will be showing you even that. Here we have seen, right, this is the schema. When you open this, it will open the application just like that. Through the terminal also you can do the same. So here when I tap this, this will open the application. Okay, let's do one more time. So this is how you can test whether the schema is working properly or not. So the first step is to check the schema is working properly or not. And if you have got a server, then you need to make these particular things. I will also provide this particular file in the description section below as a part of tutorial code. And I hope this is very clear for you. And regarding the AppsFlyer, my account is not a paid account, so I am not able to redirect my OneLink to my website, and I will try working on it. If it is possible, I will surely try to let you know. But for those people who are asking me continuously, show me the server side configuration, so this is it, the tutorial. I hope this is very much clear for you. If still you are having any queries, just let me know in the comment section below. I will surely try to help you. And the code for this tutorial and all the previous tutorials also I will be providing in the description section below. And in the coming tutorials, we will also try to see how to navigate to a particular page both in Android and iOS based upon this particular links. Okay, so whenever you get a link, how you can redirect to the app, and not only opening the app, you want to go to a particular place. Okay, that thing we are going to see in the next tutorials. So if you like this tutorial, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on Flutter.